Hi, welcome to Healthy Aging Made Simple. My name is Darrell, and my objective is to help you create the healthier lifestyle you desire, one bite-sized video at a time. I'm excited to share with you this week what I call my prescription for a healthy diet. Please note, I am not a medical doctor. I don't claim to be a medical doctor. This just comes from my Healthy Meds framework that is the basis of the Healthy Aging Made Simple online course. So the way I like to remember things is with acronyms. And the acronym I use for a healthy diet is PLANTS, the word plants. So even if you don't remember what each letter stands for, if you remember plants and you consume a lot of plant-based foods, you'll be doing very well. Okay, the P in plants stands for plant-based foods. As many plant-based foods as you can consume, the better. The more you consume, the healthier you're going to be. I'm not saying you need to be exclusively plant-based, but I highly recommend making sure that a high percentage, at least 80% of your diet, comes from plant-based foods. And probably one of the best testimonials to this are the blue zones. These are the 5 regions around the world where the highest percentage of the population's aged to be over 100 years old and still active. And all of their diets are predominantly plant-based or plant strong. Okay, the L in plants stands for lots of water. Ideally, you're consuming about half your body weight in ounces. So I weigh 150 pounds, so my target each day is about 75 ounces. If you weigh 200 pounds, your target should be about 100 ounces a day. And ideally, it's filtered, clean, and mineralized. Okay, the A in plants stands for anti-inflammatory foods. As you may already be aware, at the root of almost every disease we know is inflammation. And with so many people having chronic illnesses, that means they have chronic inflammation, which is not good for the body. So the more anti-inflammatory foods we can eat, the better. As it turns out, most of the anti-inflammatory foods are plant-based foods. At the top of that list, you have tomatoes, berries, mushrooms, leafy greens, etc. So if you're already consuming a high percentage of plant-based foods, you're probably already consuming a lot of anti-inflammatory foods. The N in plants stands for natural and organic. So when I say natural, I just mean a natural food, something you would recognize in nature, like an apple, a banana, a pear, etc. Not processed foods that come in a package with an ingredients list. We want to minimize the amount of processed foods we eat and maximize the amount of natural foods we consume. And then also related to this is organic. I highly recommend eating organic as much as possible. However, I know it's not always accessible. So 2 lists I'd like to refer you to are the Clean 15 and the Dirty Dozen. These are put out by EWG, which stands for Environmental Working Group. And every year they go by the testing that's done on various crops. And the Clean 15 are the 15 top foods that have the lowest concentration of pesticides. And the Dirty Dozen are the 12 foods that have the highest concentrations of pesticides in them. Usually at the top of the list for Dirty Dozen are strawberries. So I highly recommend you always consume strawberries organic. And then for the Clean 15, at the top of that list is avocado. You think about avocado's got a thick skin on it, so it's actually protecting the part that you eat from getting pesticides in it. Okay, the T in plants stands for time-restricted eating. You may have heard of the term intermittent fasting, but time-restricted eating, the great thing about it is you don't need to change how much you eat or what you eat. You just need to shorten the window within which you eat the food. Ideally, you want to get down to about 8 hours, which means you'll be fasting for 16 hours a day and eating for 8 hours a day. The main benefit of this is you're giving your body a chance to repair and rejuvenate, because when it's digesting food, that consumes a lot of energy, so the body can't repair and rejuvenate while it's doing that. So you're just giving your body more time to repair and improve. And then the S in plants stands for smoothies. In my opinion, smoothies are the easiest, simplest, and most sustainable way to consume fruits and vegetables. So if you're not consuming many plant-based foods right now, I highly recommend you consider starting with smoothies. And smoothies should be pretty clean. Like mine, I typically put in 4 cups of water, 4 bananas, 2 dates, raw cacao, some hemp seeds, some blueberries, a handful of leafy greens. But I highly recommend you consider smoothies. So to recap, the acronym PLANTS is my prescription for a healthy diet, with the P standing for plant-based foods, L, lots of water, the A stands for anti-inflammatory foods, natural and organic, time-restricted eating, and smoothies. That's it for this video. Thanks once again for tuning in. Until the next video, I wish you the absolute best of health and happiness. Thanks.